Hello, everybody. We are really, it's a pleasure to connect with you again. It's really, really, really important for us to share our knowledge, our work, our research projects with you, with our audience. Thank you so much for this terrific support that you give us, and that's really great. Okay, we are really proud of our students. Okay, and now we are going to present our research papers. Thank you so much for support us, for being good audience. Okay, follow us in our projects, especially our talent show, Spelling Bee. Okay, that was a really great experience for us, and especially for my students. Okay, my name is Mrs. Paola Parra Ocampo. This is my class with technical English for mining engineering. Okay, we are going to present some projects, really interesting projects, and the first one is gonna be by Tommy Atencio and his group. Okay, let me to present Tommy and his group, please. Tommy, are you there? Can you present your PPT and present your group also? Are you ready? Okay, Tommy, the time is with you if you are there. Hello. Okay, Tommy, good evening.
Good evening, excuse me. My computer is...
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. It's correct.
Okay, my companion present.
Okay, yeah. Please, can you let... Yeah. Who is your classmate? Who is a classmate that present you or present? Okay. Yeah, the time is with you.
Yeah, okay, Miss. Yeah. Good evening, Miss. Today my group and I will talk about management of hydrological operation in the mining Moquegua. Members Denis Alvarado, Johan Cori, y Tommy Atencio. Teacher Paola Julia Parra Ocampo. Yeah. Yeah. The development structure orgánica. Yeah. Primero, water for mining, metallurgical supply, water management, and water information in Peru. Using volume of water by type of use Peru 2015, hydrological management and Southern Cooper Corporation, water management and water information in the Lucumba Basin Corporation. Licensing to surveying, meter and capacity monitor and supervision water quality. Next, water for mining metallurgical supply. The management of water resource constitutes a vital and integral part of mining operation due to the potential for integral farm uh, for water contamination and its consequent effect on human health and the environment. The environmental management of this resource increase the management of water in mining. Uh, Next, yeah. Water management and water information in Peru. Peru has 3 watersheds in this territory, with an availability of almost 2 billion cubic meters of water each year. Usage, usage volume of water by type of usage en Perú 2015 graphic. Ujú. Eh, Hydrological Management and Southern Copper Corporation. The energy sector is located mainly on the Atlantic slopes due to its great availability of water and make and non consuming use of water. Um, and next, my partner, Johan.
Okay, are you listening?
Yes, of course.
Okay, water management and water information in the Locumba Basin, the case of the Cooper Corporation. In this case, in Locumba Basin, it is important for 2 regions, for Tacna and Moquegua. In this case, Locumba Basin have equality or information for the water, because in southern and another minings use it for the rivers and water in this basin. This regularización de la licencia de Souther para el uso del agua superficial en 1927 indices are minimum for the 197 in these spells or in these items here. Caudal promedio, volumen máximo. Next, please. Licensure survives well methods and capacities. And the survive of license is an activity that does not have got personal or technical capacities to supply and meet Locumba Basin. According to interviews, the conducent ILAS to AAA. And the ANA still does not have capacity to control and supervise not agricultural users. Has there another pending task to implement strategies of types or nodes for the control and another country, the total country. In these lessons for regulation and water usage responsibility. Next, please. Monitoring and supervision. Well, why for supervision, the two spells? And because the supervision is important, because this water is important for the life of the people, and the people is living in zones rural, and this water is scarce, and don't have water is easy. In this case, the ALA and Caplina Locumba supervise, and Caplina Ocoña this monitor the quality for the surveys and groundholder in the file. Has explained it in detection for in the Locumba to basing monitors in carrier on mining of all verification and water quality to levels to compliance with the LPM. And the water is with LMPA for the is a good for the life for the people. Next, please. I speak and another. This LPM is límites máximos permisibles in Spanish because it's necessary for the life for the people. The water is solvent universal. Is easy contamination because the science and physics and math, this support for the and the information and experimentation for the LPM for scouts and another purpose. Next, conclusions.
It's my turn.
And next, my partner, Tommy.
Miss, disculpe, se supone que tenía que poner las 4 últimas, pero al parecer mi compañero se pasó.
Okay, yeah, continue.
Well, the conclusion of the paper created for we is the responsible use of water is allow that seeks to protect us from different disease and ills. It is out that she has settings to inform ourselves of the duties and rights that mining has towards water, since science it is a resource of vital importance for human life. With the next slide, it was demonstrated that if you have organized use of water, you can generate a lot of income. Mining means development, but we must be aware of who and how our records are being prepared. This all, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, very good. Congratulations, because you are really worried about the water. That is a great research. Congratulations. Please let us to clap. Please, everybody, can you clap and receive all the congratulations from excellent, okay? Or raise your hands, Okay, raise your hands. That's good. That's really good. Congratulations for this really great presentation. And then we are going to present the other group is by Danielson Alvarado. Please, Danielson, are you here? Danielson?
Yes, Miss, yes.
Okay, the time is yours. Welcome, and your group too. Please present your group.
Miss, todo dentro del grupo de Tommy.
Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I wrote in an incorrect way. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the next group is gonna be Edson Jorge. Are you here, Edson? Edson?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, the time is yours. Yeah, with your group. Welcome to this presentation, and this is your turn.
Okay, Miss.
I can see you, the PPT. That's correct.
Excuse me, Miss. Can you see?
Yes, perfectly. It's correct.
Okay. Okay. You. Okay. Good evening, Miss. Good evening, class. On this occasion, I will expose both about environmental responsibility. I did an individual research. Environmental liability in mining. Abstract. And this article, we will learn about how this economy activity generates different environmental, economic, and social impacts. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. The importance of environmental responsibility to maintain an ecological balance and not negative affect people or the environment. Environmental liability. These actions are carried out by companies with the purpose of preserving our environment and not affecting the balance. We must also we aware that we as individuals are a fundamental parts of social responsibility because we must demand respect for the environment and we must show by example that we can. environmental impact assessment. It is a detailed analysis of how mining activity can affect the environment if corrective actions are not taken. Then it helps us to identify and correct some impacts. Mechanisms for citizen participation. It is a space or opportunity for people to participate in the decision making of particular action. This involves the company and the governments so that they can report on future plans. Social problems. The social problems, we can divide them by regions since each one has different problems. For example, in the case of Moquegua, one of the problems he has for a few years is with regard to drinking water. For example, in the case of Madre de Dios, deforestation by illegal mining activity. Other Cusco and Cajamarca by the impacts generated by the transport of large tonnage machinery on one of the mine roads. Okay, thus we could mention many social and environmental problems of all regions of Peru. That is why environmental and in this case, also social responsibility is very, very important. Results. The results of this research argues that society, governments, and mining companies are responsible for deciding on the future of each as with respect to the environment and the economy. We must be involved in every decision that is made. We must inform ourselves with this type of articles and what the state offers us. Above all, we must demand that the others involved respect the agreements and decisions and laws that govern our nation. Conclusion. One conclusion is mining generates great impacts for the better, but if they are not properly controlled or mitigated, it will generate social conflicts and affect the environment. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, Edson, Jorge, thank you so much for this really interesting topic. Environmental is really, really important, especially when you combine your knowledge between mining and our resources, okay, natural resources. Thank you so much, Edson.
No, porque sí va a abrir todito.
Okay, thank you so much. And now, please, let me to congratulate, especially, please, can you show, yes, yeah, like or claps or please, motivation is really important in this kind of sessions. Thank you so much. We appreciate this, okay, thank you. Thank you for your efforts to everybody, okay? Now, please let me to present our next group is Heleman Alvarado. Are you there, Heleman? Hello? Heleman, I know that is Emily, Angela. Are you there? Are you there, guys?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Welcome to this presentation. Please, the time is yours.
Okay. Well, good evening, Miss Paula and everyone. On this on this occasion, my group is going to present our research, our paper research. Well, the members of the group are Angela Gabriela Condori Calcina, Helaman Luis Alvarado Ramirez, and my person, Emily Adriana Chirinos Quintanilla. Well, to start our work with a title. Excuse me. One moment, please. Excuse me.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. Okay, maybe you have some inconvenience. That's usually in this kind of presentations. Please let me to remember that the next group is gonna be Eric Durant. Okay, be ready, please. Yeah. Okay, Emily, is it okay?
Yeah, just Miss. One moment, please.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's usual when you are live. Okay, with you, Emily.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and continue. The title of paper research is Autonomous Technology Advantage and Disadvantage in Career Mines. Well, introduction. During the last decades, natural resource industries have experienced how transformations, increasingly becoming more innovative and specialized. Specifically, new historical circumstances and recent changes in global markets, technology, and institutions are opening new opportunities for the development of local suppliers and linkage with a high potential for development. This paper presents as follows. We briefly describe the current situation of the Peruvian mining context and present the new opportunities that may incentivize structural change and diversification in the mining industry. In section 2, then describes the methodology applied in this study. In section 3, we address the experience of the suppliers interviewed in order to understand their transformation. And finally, in section 4, we will summarize the main results of our research and conclude. Next, organization structure. Okay, chapter 1, new opportunities in the Peruvian mining context. Chapter 2, methodology. Chapter 3, findings and discussion. And chapter 4, in concluding remarks. Well, chapter 1, new opportunities in the Peruvian mining context. Well, according to Kuramoto, 2001, high technological development in the industry limited the possibilities of Peruvian suppliers to solve technological problems. In fact, until a few years ago, large mining companies rely mostly of the expertise from outside Peru to obtain innovative technology. Autonomous vehicle technology in mining operation. Autonomous solutions allow mining companies to help enhance safety and overload productivity at mining sites. The technology automates the haulage operation and reduces the risk of injuries at mine sites, but minimizing the number of people required around mining equipment. Lights below are some AHS manufacturers serving the mining industry. Caterpillar, a global construction machinery and equipment company. The AHS solution facilitates improved efficiency and near continuous operation. The proven system can be used for mines of all size, location, and complexities. The autonomous haulage system supports round-the-clock operation at more than 9 sites. And Komatsu. Japanese multinational company Komatsu offers in Frontrunner AHS for effective mine management. The technology combines Komatsu's electric drive haul trucks with modular mining dispatch fleet management system and allows loaders, graders, and dozers to interact with each other for optimized mine operation. Benefits of autonomous haul trucks to mine. Mine haul trucks are very large, expensive machines that usually operate 24 hours a day. Automate trucks also save costs because they operate more efficiently, including shorter cycle times, lower fuel consumption, and improved tire wear. Furthermore, human safety improves simple by having fewer personnel in a dangerous mining environment. The security threats surrounding autonomous driving. Potential threats of sensor and potential threats of in-vehicle science. My partner continued the exposition.
Chapter 2, Methodology. In order to report our recent innovation threats among suppliers in the Peruvian mining sector, we use a case study approach. Data for each paper was collected through semi-structured interviews to relevant actors of mining sector, mining suppliers, mining firms, and key informants. Our selection criteria focus on suppliers that brought innovative products to the market in order to address some of the emerging needs of the mining companies. Although our samples cover different stacks of the mining value chain, we do not intend for it to be representative of the Peruvian mining sector. Listed below, we provide a brief review of the local suppliers chosen for the study. Visa, EXA, Ferreiro Score, Resmin, Tommy Race Boring, FIM. In addition, the following universities and institutes have been included: UTEC and TEXU. Next.
Well, Chapter 3, Findings and Discussions. Following on literature of the technological upgrading, we recognize three different types of the strategies that firm can follow in order to achieve innovation within an industry. These can be focus of the value of products or efficiency of production process, as well as more complex strategies oriented to developing new functions in the sector value chains, functional upgrading. By definition, innovations must have a degree of novelty, which may be in one of the following groups. New to the company, new to the market, and new to the world. Of the 8 companies included in this analysis, we found that 3 companies have managed to introduce an innovation to the world. For an innovation to the local market, and an innovation to the company. Basic of this classification, we intend to the present examples of upgrading occurs in a specific context, like a Peruvian mining industry. Why highlight the role of the value chain in interactions in fostering or hindering this process. Eso sería todo.
And conclusions. Well, in this paper, we study the extent to which local suppliers are taking advantage of the opportunities that have arisen in the Peruvian mining sector. Through the analysis of local firms and their interaction with different actors of the industry, we gathered new evidence on the factors that foster or hinder local learning and upgrading by established firms. And next. The reference we use. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations to this group. Thank you so much for this really interesting presentation. Let me to congratulate, please. Can you show me the claps or likes or raise the hands in order to congratulate this group? Yeah, machinery is really interesting, especially in mining, okay? Technology, autonomous, yeah, technology is really, really important in this time, in pandemic time, okay? Congratulations for this really interesting information. And now, let me present the next group. It's gonna be by Eric Duran. Eric, are you there? Eric. Hello, Eric Durant, are you there? Okay, maybe the next group. Ronnie Mamani. Ronnie, are you there? Yes? Hello, Ronnie. Ronnie. So, well, yeah. The other group, Ramos Chamilla. Ramos Chamilla. The group of Ramos Chamilla and group.
Yes, teacher. I'm video.
Okay. Yeah, please. Are you ready, right?
One moment, please.
Yeah, no problem. Well, these research papers are according our school, the professional school is about mining, okay? According our lines of researching, these topics are really important and really interesting because all of these students are from this school, okay, mining school. And are you ready, guys? Yes, Ramo Chamilla.
Profesora, disculpe, el compañero Yair va a presentar un video grabado.
Okay, the video. Okay, yeah, go
Lo
ahead.
paso a compartir.
Yes, of course. Can you turn on your microphone because we can't listen to the video. You have to open your microphone, turn on your microphone. We can see, that's good. But you have to open your microphone. Okay, now.
Good evening, Miss. Next, we will take about the paper project. The members of the group are the following. Yo, Jesús Quispe Cansaya, my person, Jair Fernando Ramos Chambilla, and Franklin Edson Quispe Joker. Abstract. Environment. A key part of the sustainable mining plan is maintenance of healthy environment. It is one of the three great global sustainability healthy environment pillars encompass three key areas: biodiversity, climate change, and water use. The objective to be established within this areas must be as feasible for the reality of the managing companies. Safety and well-being. People are fundamental part of the companies and must be the main priority. Behaving, security, and investing in the healthy and wellness. Companies could reach the goal of the zero harm. It will deal with some building of the health and safety measures necessary for the prevention of the spread of COVID-19 in the Quellaveco project. Next, my partner.
Good evening, teacher. Now I will continue with the conclusion. In the Quellaveco project, the necessary health and safety measures are being taken to combat and prevent the contagion of COVID-19 and continue with the work in the mining company. We can also say that Southern Peru, outside the realm, energy investment, supervisory engaging, and the OEFA Um, Environmental Assessment and Enforcement Agency have repeatedly sectioned the mining company for excessive uh, publicity and also have cases of contamination.
Um, Good evening, Miss Paola, and good evening, partners. I am going to continue the presentation with the recommendations. Um, One, establish environmental policies. It is imperative that each mining company creates environmental care and natural resources protections policies in their work systems. This policy must be known by all employees, but administrative and operational science working together will help to converge good practice. The standards, of course, must be aligned with the legal context. They must also reflect the company's commitment. Um, Two, train or collaborators. It is vital to constantly train employees and raise their awareness of the importance of natural resources. Um, Three, take care of natural resources. Non-renewable natural resources must be cared for more than ever. It is always good to think about the famous 3 R's: recycle, reuse, and reutilize. Four, take advantage of natural energy. Take advantage of sunlight to avoid unnecessary excessive consumptions of electricity. Five, responsibly use of water. Do not use hoses to wash machinery. It is better to use a bucket to control water consumptions. Six, rechargeable elements. Use batteries or items that can be recharged only with solar energy. In the mining fields, this can be very careful. Tur- yeah. Seven, turn off your appliances. Never leave electrical appliances that you do not use in the office or at the extractions point. This good practice saves a lot of energy. These are just a few ideas that can encourage environmental stewardship within our mining industry. Um, That will be all, Miss Paola, partners. Thank you.
Okay, this topic is really, really important, especially for mining exploration, because environmental issues are demanded to focus, especially in our resources, natural resources. We must protect, to take care, especially for us as engineers. Thank you so much, my dear group, Ramos Chambilla and his group, okay? And please, let us to celebrate with claps, with likes. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Jose and Candy and the rest, for show how important it is to motivate this kind of topics, okay? Thank you so much. And now let me present to you our student, Eric Durant. Are you there, Eric? I'm sorry, Ronnie Mamani. Ronnie Mamani. Are you there, Ronnie? Hello? Ronnie, are you there? No?
No, teacher. No.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Carlos.
Ronnie. Ronnie.
Ronnie? Yes, Ronnie? Ronnie, are you there? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. The next group is by...
Yes.
Okay, Ronnie. Yeah.
Me vaya a salir de la reunión.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, maybe your connection. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, please let me to present. Are you there? Are you ready? Yes?
I'm ready, miss.
Okay, yes, that's good. Yeah, the time is yours.
¿Se ven, no, miss?
Yes, of course. I can see. We can see.
Miss. Bueno. National University of Moquegua, Professional School of the Mine Engineering, Technical English teacher, Paro Campo Paola, student Mamani Valencia Ron. Topic, safety and health and mining. Organizational structure, no? Background, chapter 1, mining, chapter 2, mining topic, respiratory disease. Background. To carry out this article, other investigation have been taken as a reference, such as mineral supply and demand into the 21st century that offers us information on the supply and demand of minerals, which are accompanied by graphs which are useful to simulate the information more easily. We also have the mining topic, respiratory disease, which details the respiratory problems that are commonly acquired when working in a mining company, and on which, while support the article on California Gold Rush, which there's some interesting facts that occurred in the United States of America and with which it is possible to reinforce the content on this article. In the figure, the California Gold 108,048 and 1,855. Source Wikipedia. Chapter 1, Mining. The extraction of minerals dates from prehistoric in the most countries and has been transformed to achieve great supply and demand worldwide in the 21st century. And recent decades, industrial development has accelerated in many countries, including China and India. And this has had impacts around the world. One effect is the growing demand for minerals, which has resulted in a boom in mine activities. For this reason, mining companies have increased employment and have had excellent financial performance. In the picture, schematic illustration of the change in world steel consumption and population since 2700. Source: mineral supply and demand in the 21st century. A miner being trained at a surface facility on an underground longwall cutting machine with powered roof supports in the background at the coal mine Shandong province, China. Source: Dave Faker. An informal worker exists a pilot intent for mining gold in the Ashanti region in Ghana. Source: Edith E.C. Clark. The mining industry is cyclical by nature. Miners are in high demand when nations are experiencing economic prosperity and growth. Some minerals are in low demand during economic downturns. In the picture, it is the correction process could be based on the use of machine learning. Source: Rumbo Minero. In the other picture, metallic mining. Source: mining. Chapter 2, mining topic, respiratory diseases. 1. Accidents. Each year, thousands of miners are killed in accidents and many more are injured, especially in coal. Vuelvo a compartir pantalla.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, it happened.
Accidents. Each year, thousands of miners are killed in accidents and many more injured, especially in coal houses of the 19th century. There have been mining accidents. Many accidents be caused by gas or dust, gas poison, fire fatigue as a result of long working hours can constitute a risk accident, especially in a transport work. Prevention, OIT security and convention numero 176 on health 25 supports the development of such legislations. In the picture, fatal accidents in the mining industry decreased 19% in to 2012, ¿no? Source, nueva minería. Silicosis 2, silicosis and cold waters. Pneumoconiosis. Silicosis is a fibronodular lung disease because the exposure to crystalline silica, silicon dioxide. The disease is reversible and incurable, but it can be prevented. Its radiographic appearance is similar to CWP, and the two conditions cannot be distinguished by radiographic appearance alone. Rise and prevalence. The rise of silicosis exists in its industries that involve working with rock. Examples include mining, quarrying, tunneling, stone crushing, casting, masonry, and construction. Prevention. Primary prevention of silicosis and CWP requires the worker exposure to those and those eliminated are reduced. Figure pneumoconiosis of coal workers with progressive massive fibrosis. Source CMA. 3. Asbestosis. Asbestosis and other asbestos-related diseases are lung and pleural disorders caused by inhaling alpha-fix in a set of natural mineral colors as blue asbestos, brown asbestos, and most common asbestos. Also known as asbestos-related diseases include non-malignant tumors such as diffuse thickening, pleural plaques, pleural fusion, and rounding atelectasis, as well as lung cancer and malignant mesothelioma. Listen prevalence because exposures and informal and small scale and industries are higher than mines and regular industries. Asbestosis and asbestos-related diseases are more prevalent among workers in this workplace. Prevention. While working on a total ban, the exposures the workers to asbestos fibers should be minimized by methods that reduce exposure to those. There are particular problems for small scale and mines industries are resource to implement preventive measures and where control of the working environment be the automatics in no exist or sufficient. Image the And left X-ray of asbestos lung source David Kugel. Now picture extract asbestos mining source Dramstein. Cancer. For cancer. Numerous studies have shown associations between lung cancer and various exposures during mining activities. Occupational cancer occurs of decades after the onset of the exposure that caused the cancer. The long legacy of some segments that mean that the number of deaths too high doing substantial in the future. And prevalence lung cancer to be caused be exposed to the mining sector. Such as exposure with asbestos and lung cancer is strong because asbestos is mainly mined or used in industry in a few high income countries and many low income countries. Case of lung disease related to asbestos exposure will continue to occur in the future. Picture, mining, environmental pollution, and social conflicts. Source, el búho. Prevention, occupational cancers can be largely prevented, and the estimate more than occupational cancer can be reduced by improving working conditions for different countries have strong regularity, control work education, medical surveillance, and constant attention to self-occupational practice are required. Necessary to minimize exposure to carcinogens in the workplace. Health protection encompasses activities aimed the specific occupational activity in terms of health promotion, the serving the employees an organization improve behaviors. Conducted the good health. Finally, there is the third pillar of intervention, which of personal health services as some cancers, as detected early, ACER, to treat. In a picture, mining contamination in Peru, medical report reveals presence of heavy metals in children. Source, wake. Thank you very much to our miss.
Wow, that was really interesting. Let me to congratulate, especially during this the mining exploration. People can be, or engineers can be, different respiratory diseases. I know that. Thank you so much. Please, we need to congratulate to your classmate. Can you show with a clap or a like or a smile? Yeah, thank you so much. Please, can you see, Ronnie? Congratulations for your brilliant presentation. Thank you so much for this interesting topic that we join with this celebration. Thank you so much, okay? Congratulations. And now let me present, please, to our next student, Candy. Are you there? Candy and her group.
Here, teacher.
Okay, my dear, this is your time. Are you there? Yes? And your group? Okay. Yeah.
Sure. One moment.
Okay. Okay, maybe some, yeah, when we are live, yeah, in YouTube live, yeah, maybe we have some problems, please. Well, as I told you, these papers is a result of really research weeks and 1 month, actually 1 month that the students involved in different steps in order to have this product, to have this really gorgeous product, outstanding product that is a paper, okay, for you. Let us your comments, maybe you have some suggestions and advice to them, okay? Please try to comment our transmission in order to motivate and support our student in order to succeed in this project, okay? Are you ready, Candy?
Yes, Miss. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the time is yours. Is everything okay, Candy? Okay, now. I can hear you. We can hear you. Can you turn on your microphone, please? Candy, can you open or turn on? Okay.
Miss.
Yes.
Creo que Candy está teniendo problemas con su micrófono, pero voy a empezar yo la exposición.
Yes, please. Okay. Go, Antonella.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody, Miss and companions. We go to explain the corporate social responsibility in the mining sector in Peru. Next, please. Luz, next, please. The introduction. Peru has become one of the destination countries for mining investment in the world. However, in recent years, a series of conflicts between local populations and extractive companies, especially mining companies, have become more visible, giving rise to different confrontations that benefit no one, less of at the local community. In this document, we focus on the analysis of the social performance of companies with respect to their environment. In addition, it aims to promote reflections on corporate social responsibility among the actors' involvement, mainly civil society, the state, and mining companies. Next, please. Corporate social responsibility has greater relevance since the 90s in our country due to globalization. The new attitude of the public translated into bigger demands for the corporations to operate according to codes and standards of responsible performance. Next, please. Yeah. Corporate social responsibility. Next, please. The corporate social responsibility, it must be taken into account that the concept of sustainable development is not restricted to economic growth only, but it involves environmental, economic, and social vectors. It's a process of progressive improvement in the quality of life of the human beings, placing it as the center and principal subject of the development. CSR must include a commitment of participation in sustainable development, promoting management good practice, internal and external, and involving a set of policies, practice, and programs that include it operation in process of corporate decision making. Next, my classmate Luz is continue.
Would it really legal context in our no, in our national legal context, there is a degree of international instruments and management. Those relate to the CSR that help to disseminate good environmental and social. National relation framework. Social activities in Peru are governed BB and commitments, voluntary assumed by BB and profus. People involved by the university uh, re, the regulatory increase constitute uh, constitutes an initial step in the effort to promote good social and practice. Corporate protocols uh, codes of conduct reflect the commitment that the organization has to select values important to the company and society as whole. Many companies and their social and response. Many companies in Peru. It's important to bear in mind that when we speak of the mining sector in Peru, we are referring to a very heterogeneous group of companies, mining companies, and CSR. These which forces companies to behave in the more dynamic responsibility wide in terms of development is is in the symphony in relative to the mining sector. Sector that condition their company social responsibility. Corporate CSR is materialized through social responsibility policies and plans. These policies and plans are defined via various factors that define their social response.
Okay. Continuando con la exposición. Okay. Can social insurance related to the mining sector and the CSR in Peru? Next, please. Each project must include and manage the various social aspects related to activities to be socially accepted, and the problems must be subject to suggestions on how they should be approached. Use of land, employment, workers at behavior, accommodating for the abroad force, environmental impacts, local acquisitions, social investment, transport, use of tax, royalties, and canon, involvement of local groups, and participation. Use of land. And to avoid possible negative impacts, it is necessary to assess the productivity of the affected land. Employment, the opportunity is to maximize the increase in family income that in whole generate mining employment, direct employment, and the mine should be managed accordingly. Workers behavior is necessary to implement script codes of conduct for the workers in the project. Accommodation for the labor force. There are different options to account the workforce of mining projects. For this, the particle of the social environment must be considered context and the potential impacts that this decision might generate. Next, please. Okay. Social management system. A system of official manager is a similar to any other manager system, with the particularity that the involvement of the groups of interests becomes a day and cross-sectional process to all the activities. Next, please. Okay. Identify ensures the project must identify the concerns of the groups of interest in and the key social issues related to their activities. The identification of care issues requires an active involvement of the groups of interest and commitment of transparency. Vision, objective, area of influence, groups of interest, key issues and risks, organizational structure, policies and programs, follow-up and reports chronogram, measures performance and adjust the management. The most important indicator of good social manager in the exist of a social system, the gathers the vision of the project and assures the key issues are adequately identified, evaluate, manager and measures, and that there is a continual improvement of their procedures and programs. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. Okay. Identifying care ensures the project must identify the concerns of groups of interest and the case social ensures that relative to their activities. The identification of the insurers requires the active involvement of the groups of interest and a commitment of transparent. However, in relation of employment of the consultation progress projects that are already under development should also establish baselines as part of their management system. The basic contents of CRP are vision, objective, area of influence, groups of interest, key issues and rights, organizations, structure, policies and programs, follow up and report chronogram. Next, please. CSR and the order actors. Being that the supplement of environmental and social regulations is the base of the CSR pyramid, it is important that the state exercises its supervise role. The civil society, their organizations have an important role to play in the CSR field. The most communicate and sensitive the society on the importance of the subject. The civil society or organization must also play a role among the violence on the vulnerable groups and workers. Their organization should also promote CSR initiatives and articulate CSR initiatives and action among its members or partners in institutions. Next, please. Conclusions and recommendations. Next, please. In general terms, the sense is positive. We found several mining companies that are developing CSR police. Mining companies practice CSR and different degrees, generate campaigns with foreign on mixer capital lanes, and are ones that use a significant percentage of their budget for social management. Several endogenous and exogenous factors influence the mining companies' social answer. Mining companies must continue depending their CSR action internally as well as external, integrating in their management. Main carriers CSR not like something accessory but across sectorial PISOL sub for all of their performance. The state must assume an active role guide, an example of internal social responsibility, where then a claim of peace and stability. It is necessary to generate of influence and construct dialogue of CSR between the different actors in base of key aspects, help maintain and advance of the sector in this field with the participation of the key actors. Next, please. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, my dear students. I'm really proud of you. Thank you so much for this interesting topic. It was all of these research papers were really, really interesting, outstanding. Please congratulate your friends, your classmates. Say, can you show your likes, your claps? Yeah, celebrate with them. Thank you so much to everybody, then as finally, please, yeah, we need to present this group. Jose Tubillas, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, the time is yours, yeah. We are really anxious to listen to you. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yes. Okay. Very good. We are ready. Are you okay, Jose?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, colleagues, teacher Paola. Today we will take about Peru and is excuse me. Okay. Good afternoon, teacher. Today we will take about Peru and its reputations for being the second most important exporter of copper in the world. The country also provides 19 of the zinc demand from the Asian nations gave the Society of Commercial Ties that exist both in mining investments and in the export of mining metallic produce. It is also appreciated in international trade where 60% of the volume of copper exports was destined for China, while in the case of zinc it represents 23.8. And 20 segments of copper concentrates and cathodes represent 65 of Peru's total exports to China. At dates the minister during is a presentation and the forum organized by the Chinese Peruvian Chamber of Commerce. The ASEAN countries' economy has had a solid recovery, and he said that its demand for copper will have a significant increase, which represents a great opportunity for Peruvian mining. Peru also mines in positions of the third country in the world, with large reserves of copper, zinc, and molybdenum. While in the gold we rose to positions to place or to self in the ninth place in the ranking of world metal reserves. We observe that Peru is among the most catalogued country in the world mineral resources such as copper, zinc, among others. Um, and copper is number 2 and zinc number 2. The conclusions and the report is about world-scale reserves during 2009, and Peru is in first place in terms of silver mining reserve, representing 21.4 of total reserve in the world. Peru also maintains the second positions in the world with the light copper and molybdenum reserve, while it ranks 4 in lead reserves and 5th in zinc on a global scale. In short, we note the government through the Ministry of Energy and Mines promotes sustainable mining, which is developed with respect for communities and the environment, because it is one of the aims that the country has to advance towards development and generate the resources that make it possible to close the gaps in access to basic reserves for the benefit of the most vulnerable populations. I'm finished.
Okay, thank you so much, Jose, for this brilliant presentation. We know that we have really extraordinary resources. Yeah, we are rich, okay, as we know, but we need to explore that in order to have more technology. Thank you so much, Jose, for this brilliant presentation. I'll tell you again, but let us to congratulate with some likes, claps, okay?
Thank you, teacher
Please,
Paula.
everybody. Okay, raise your hands, raise your hands. Okay, thank you, Jose, for this presentation. And now we are going to present this, the next presentation with Eric Durand. This is the last presentation, actually, okay? Welcome, Eric. And okay, the time is yours.
Good night, Miss. My name is Eric Duranwaka. I will present this slide. This slide title is Safety and Health and Surface Mines. Introduction. I will present provides a summary of the occupational safety and health risk related to mining. The main occupational safety and health concerns in mining are highlighted by professionals engaged in occupational health issues in the sector, either in terms of research or from a practical angle, or a combination of both aspects. The paper is intended to provide a broad overview of the topic in a simple format that can be read and understood by anyone interested in the subject. Chapter 1. Firstly, 1.1 Objectives and Scope. Let's start with an overall description of mining activities and definition of formal and informal mining. The mine section deals with key occupational risks and diseases. For many of these risks and diseases, much of the information is related to formal mining, as details about the formal mining sector are not recorded in the national register, and the sector is not regulated. 1.2 Justification and motivation. Practical and easy to understanding guidelines for improvements in small-scale mines are critical needed in the artisanal and small-scale mining subsector. Fatalities, serious injuries, occupational illness, and diseases are well as child labor, alcohol and drug abuse, exploitation as severe gender inequalities, and common characteristics of artisanal mine sites. The last 1.3 mining. Extraction of minerals has been in existence since prehistoric time in many parts of the world. Today, mining exists in most countries. Modern mining processes involve prospecting for ore, analysis of the sustainable profit potential of proposed mine, extraction of desired material, preparation of the extracted material, and finally reclamation and rehabilitation of the land after the mine is closed. We continue with chapter 2. The application of these guidelines should take into account the following steps in the order of priority. Every effort should be made to ensure that at the least one employee is trained in first aid application. The mining authority should provide first aid and training, who should be on site while mining activity is carried out, eliminating risk, controlling the risk at source, mining the risk, using personal protective equipment. Key occupational risk and diseases. Mining remains one of the most hazardous employment sectors despite considerable efforts in many countries to implement and maintain occupational safety and health. The toll of death, injury, and disease remain high amongst the world's mine workers. Much preventive work in terms of health and safety is still required. Over and above accidents, many of the adverse health effects associated with mining and the extractive industries are caused by the inhalation of airborne pollutants which are not controlled at source. Obligation on mine workers. No mine worker should take any action at work which could cause danger to other workers. Damage to mining equipment or obstruct production. Every worker should fully comply with rules or instructions issued by the mine operators and should make proper use of and take reasonable care of any personal equipment provided for his protection. Now, chapter 3. A dangerous occurrence should be an event that substantially affects regular mining activity, such as landslides, collapses of the working phase, major fall of rock, inrush of water into the mine, the unintentional ignition of detonation of explosives, cause damage or to disrupt the operation of any vital mining machinery of equipment, such as explosions, fire, bursting of a prepared vessel. Requires the withdrawal of miners of any other emergency actions, endangers any individual, the mine, and the mine. Hazards in the working environment. Airborne contaminants, such as rock dust, are mainly producers during drilling operations, mineral getting, loading, crushing of the rock or and blasting. Persons exposed to explosive dust for prolonged periods may suffer from permanent lung diseases, such as silicosis. As far as practicable, the escape of dust into the atmosphere should be prevented, particularly in staged zones. Those should be controlled or suppressed by using wet drilling techniques with water praise during mineral getting, loading, crushing. In general, any stone surface being worked should be kept most to reduce the escape of dust into the atmosphere. And lastly, conclusions. Many of the conclusions on support come from the answer in the first research question, which was what support does workplace management provide to safety and health representatives in the mining industries to enable them to work effectively in promoting occupational safety and health. The mining industry's safety and health representatives receive support from the following employment positions. Thank you, the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric. Yeah, it was a really impressive exposition. Please let him our claps, our celebration. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, support him, especially with his research paper. Well, the time is off. Thank you so much, especially for our audience. Thank you, our students, for these brilliant expositions. Yeah, I hope that our vice president of researching of our university, UNAM University, he is going to consider this research paper to give especially for our university. Okay, thank you so much for your support and your attention. Okay, good night for everybody. Bye.